Di ba? Kasi if you're fighting corruption, let's go back. Let's go back. Not even the centuries back, the decades back. Let's just go back at what actually triggered this. You have the ghost projects. But remember, that's only ghost projects involving flood control projects, involving the DPWH. You're not even putting into that big basket the Bureau of Customs, the BIR, the Department of Education, Transportation, Health, etc. Go down the line. Even the small LTO, maybe the PNP, maybe the Armed Forces, the Office of the President, you gotta open the whole can of worms, right? So if it is corruption we are against, then the impeachment is such a huge cataclysmic, endeavor, and for one person. Right? But there are others, even other persons, just one of them, that maybe involve 100 times more than that one person that we...
Martin Romualdez, walang yaka, Martin Romualdez. Nakarating na sa sambayan ng Pilipino yung mga kabalbalan mo, walang yaka.
We are focusing this cataclysmic event.
So is you being used as an example?
Yeah, kasi pag example yan, yung impeachment kasi that's different from just a matter of corruption. If it's corruption, you can charge them tomorrow and get it over and done with in a couple of days or weeks or whatever. It's maliwanag. Sino ba? At magkano ba? So I don't even want to deal with the facts and figures because sometimes they're distorted, sometimes they're, plus and minus here and there. But whatever she is being accused of in terms of money, there must be somebody else that could be accused of by even just 5 pesos more. And it's still more than what she's being accused of, right? But that does not mean impeachment. Kasi yung impeachment, that's a totally different thing altogether.
So you're saying then, Sen. Nikki, that just keep the status quo, no impeachment trial, and let the people decide in 2028 who they want to be the next president.
Kasi I think there's many things now involved. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing. And the other thing is, does the president not have intelligence funds
Himself? Yeah, in the billions of pesos.
in the billions of pesos? Is it more or less than the vice president's? Why is he not being investigated?
Palakpakan natin si... Matagal, kasi pagka tayo nagsasabi, hindi, DDS ka, DDS. Ito, hindi DDS. Bakit si Marcos? Pero intelligence and confidential fund.
And it seems like precisely this impeachment case is now a tactic para maalis ang usapan, malihis ang usapan, at huwag na natin pag-usapan yung mga trillions. Palagay ko hindi more than just 1 trillion yan eh. Diba? Kung titingnan natin lahat. If we are going to dig deep into it, it's more than just 1 trillion.
But there was already a move in the lower house, Sen. Nikki, to also impeach President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., but it did not move forward. But this one of the vice president is now where it's at.
If the impeachment against the president did not move forward, does it mean that he is cleared of whatever he had done with the intelligence funds, assuming that we're just discussing intelligence funds?
Or maybe even the flood control projects.
Yes, because these are other
Or
things.
the allocation of budgets in the 2024-2025, which they say was the most corrupt in Philippine history.
And what are they going to say now about the 2026? I remember there was a contractor that told me, ma'am, talagang alam namin yan eh. Sabi ko, bakit? Kasi sabi sa amin, ito yung project ilagay sa budget, pero huwag nyo na gawin yan. Para next year, meron na namang ulit allocation. Next year, meron na namang ulit allocation. So it's a grand plan. It's a grand design. And let's not talk about just the crime or the violation committed, right? Think of how many people's lives are on the line. Ilang tao sa ospital na walang pera dahil hindi maoperahan, mamamatay, etc. So many other consequences of all of this, in all the different agencies and departments of government.
So, Nikki, let's try to make some comparisons here between this impeachment trial for sitting vice president and in 26 years ago, a sitting president, which was a historic impeachment trial. Do you see any differences, and how different was it then and comparing it to today?
Oh, it was different then. I think the personalities that are involved, number one, are completely different. The composition of the Senate then and now were also different. I think the issues at hand are also different. I remember, 26 years ago, I hardly remember, I do not remember very much, but I remember it was very controversial. It was also quite emotional because the president was enjoying a rather popular, approval rating, that time. Second, the articles of impeachment were very clearly spelled out. I believe there were 4 or 5 articles of impeachment, I can't recall now, that were easily spelled out, the basis of this impeachment trial. So when items came in that were not part of that, the articles of impeachment that were brought forward as the reason for this trial, I remember it was Justice Davide came to the Senate and I asked him a question. Are you supposed to include in this particular trial other materials that were not originally in the impeachment issues?
And you voted against
Yes.
opening the second envelope.
That was never part of that impeachment. That second envelope was not part of the 4 articles. So because that was a, the word that I received directly from Chief Justice Davide. So then I voted for that.
Yes.
It's got nothing to do with ERAP is guilty or not guilty. Wala yon. That envelope should be a process, as far as I was concerned then, a process of another process. Don't include that in this. Because dito maliwanag yung dahilan kung bakit nyo ini-impeach si ERAP. Dadagdagan sasabihin nyo, meron dito, may crime dito, may murder, may estafa, hindi pwede ganun. These are the reasons, even if I file a case against you for estafa, and it's 100 million pesos, the minute the trial goes on, I cannot now say, include natin yung murder, yung kidnapping, yung arson. Hindi ko pwede gawin yon, hindi ba?
So, Senator Nikki,
yun.
you voted not to open the
Yes.
second envelope.
Yes.
26 years later,
On these grounds.
on these grounds, would you still stand by that vote?
The law, I think, has not changed. Unless it has changed within those 26 years. Because it's just a simple case. Pag ikaw kinasuhan ko, di ba? Pag ikaw kinasuhan ko ng estafa, at nandyan na yung hearing, hindi pwedeng lahat ng kasalanan na maiisip mo, idadagdag ko dyan. Hindi. You file another case for those other crimes that you say I committed. But don't lump it all in this one trial.
Yeah.
That was just
So
my
you would stand
simple-
by your vote?
Yeah, that was my simple vote. I could have been shot, I could have been killed, I could have been sued, I could have been jailed, I could have been, crucified, whatever. But the usapan was, wala yun dun sa 4 na articles of impeachment. That's the whole thing that only resonates in my mind. The other partisan, emotional, erap ka ba o hindi? No. It just so happens that it benefited President Estrada. I'm not saying he's not guilty of all of those. I'm not saying that. The issue is, are you going to include it? Because it was not included in the articles of impeachment. Basically, that was my basic, simple-minded, non-lawyer understanding.
The
Yes.
bottom line, you stood by your principles
Well,
26 years ago.
That was how I felt then. That's how I feel now. So now I'm just saying that considering the other concrete objective conditions that prevail in our country today, to me, the impeachment is not a it's not of primary importance. Basically, that's just how I feel. And it's got nothing to do with whether I'm pro-Sara or pro-Marcos. Huwag na natin pag-usapan yon. Because that opinion, wala na. Now they're coming out with all kinds of names. King Lawans, Dilawans, all these Lawans and whatever. I said, what's all this? Number one, corruption. What has the president done, been, how does he look like? The vice president, the members of the House, the members of the Senate. we're blowing a ton of dynamite on our own institutions. And it's sad because I was a member of that institution. And I feel a deep sense of regret. I was in the anti-Marcos movement way before Marcos Jr. even was involved in any kind of political activity, right? Marcos and I ran under the same ticket, under Ambassador Darin Cojuangco when he ran for president. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. was in our same ticket because the NPC was really a broad coalition of many different parties, most of whom were pro-Marcos. I mean, I was maybe just one of the anti-Marcos persons. But what I felt then against Marcos Sr., what we went through, and up to now against Marcos Jr., I have been very consistent.
We've been having a very lively conversation even during the break. So, Senator Nikki,
I mean, just go through the list of Saldico. So many of the people in this list have actually resigned, you know? So these lists are not fairy tales. These lists have some meat in them and can be a good basis for you to start looking into these lists, right? So there is a way to get money back. The people are not after blood. Our citizens are not after somebody has to be in firing squad or be shot or assassinated. No, that's not our goal.
Hindi yung assassinated, hindi. Firing squad lang. Okay na tayo doon, yung mga nagnakaw, para hindi na maulit. Diba, Prof? Sen?
The goal is accountability. And you know, you have 5 Ferraris, send it back. You have 3 Bentleys, 3 Rolls Royces, send it back. And that money,
Dapat plus interest kasi yung pera ginamit nila eh. Diba? Plus interest. Ano yung interest na yun? Yung firing squad.
is very easily accountable. You how many houses? You have 10 houses in where? 20 houses where? That is very easy to count. If
Nanonood, nakikinig ang ating mga Filipino-Chinese community sa nangyayari dito.
you start doing that, the people are going to have maybe more gratitude, more appreciation than the money that we're spending on an impeachment. Seriously.
Senator Nikki Cosenteng, I feel your passion. I feel your love for the Filipino people and for our countrymen.
It's the only one I
Why
have.
are you not back in the Senate? Will you
Why?
want to run again in 2028?
O ito mabilisan. Kung sakali tatakbo itong support meetings, susuportahan niyo po mga kababayan. Kasi ako dito 10,000% susuportahan ko yan. Kahit hindi siya partisan, kahit hindi siya Duterte supporter. Yung tipong dapat meron kang isang meron kang isang tatayaan na, di ba? Na talagang alam mo, hindi siya pinlakso, hindi siya tutasoto. Di ba? Dapat meron ka dito representante ng ating Filipino-Chinese community dyan sa Senate.
The people need your service.
You want an honest answer?
Yes, please.
For a few honest answers. Okay. 1, to run in the Senate today is not anymore like what I did in my time, 2 times that I won in the Senate. 6 million pesos.
Ganda, fresh na fresh. Sen, fresh na fresh ka dito, oh.
For campaign funds. I had a political party, the NPC, under Danding Cojuangco, that helped us go around town and helped us. You go to every single barangay, every sitio, you know, there was no social media, etc. Today, they're talking about 1.5 billion, 2 billion and a half. Somebody runs for Congress, 200, 500 million, kulang pa, just to be a congressman. And you want me to run? I don't have 1.00001 of that. And if our people need to see 1 billion pesos to put a senator in the Senate, it's not the place for me. I'd rather be in your show. It's free of charge. I can reach as many people and hopefully make people realize that hindi madali ang ating problema. Madali yung solusyon. Kung yung tumitingin ang solusyon ay pipili lang, one side or the other. Yun lang eh. Yung problema nandyan, staring at you in the face. How can you not see it?
Aray ko, palakpakan natin tong si Ito yung mga video na ika nga binibigyan natin ng malupitang palakpakan. As always, maraming salamat po sa pag-support sa page update. Mag-ingat po kayo lahat. Salamat po, Sir Nicky ha. Sir Nicky, ako isa ito sa mga gusto kong mamit na individual. Isa sa mga hinahangaan ko na naging senador. Walang kabahid-bahid politika. Yung black and white lang tayo mo nangyayari sa Pilipinas. Yung lagya kayo. Drilon, hindi. Partisan yan. Aw yan. Maraming salamat to. Malalim Pilipinas.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Rise. For honor. Slithering. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is falling.
Goodness.
Nung nag-settle down na, nakuha na nila yung majority, sa kanila na po yung Senate presidency at majority, biglang ang statement po ni Senator Erwin Elegant Tulfo, elegante magsalita di ba?
Elegant.
So sabi niya,
Elegant tulpo siya. Elegant.
bakit ba paikot-ikot na lang tayo dyan? Diyan na lang ba iikot ang buhay natin?
Nako, kumakalat ho ngayon yung bali-balita sa mundo ng social media na kung saan ikukulong na daw ho di umano itong si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano kasunod nitong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta. At dyan sa guesting na yan, isok nitong si Prof. Malutikia, tinalakay din ho ang pambigpit ng administrasyon itong si Marcos Jr. sa kanyang mga kritiko. Pero bago ho yan, isang like at isang subscribe, masaya na ho tayo dyan at sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community, yung join Dota, nandyan lang ho sa baba. Unahin na ho muna natin itong kay Coach, palakpakan natin ito si Coach Oli. Isa sa mga banateros, isa sa mga talagang inaabangan at sinusubaybayang DDS vlogger ngayong mga panahon na to. May credibility Hindi ko nukumpasan ng isang PCO, di ba? Walang anti-clear dito. Sa grupo ng mga DDS, wala kaming anti-clear. Tio Moreno, meron sariling galaw. Banateros, may sariling galaw. Third Studio, may sariling galaw. Walang kumukumpas sa amin. Kumbaga, ikaw kapag natsempuhan ka na nasa habang nag-i-score kami, nakita ka namin, medyo mas palihado ka, ikaw, agay nitong sini maayos siya. Talagang mako-content at mako-content ka. Unahin na muna natin itong kay Coach Oli. Ito, meron siyang isisiwalat. Game.
Naku po, delikado ng impeachment. Alam niyo po kung bakit? Si Cayetano, ikukulong na. Yes,
Yari.
totoo po yan. Alam niyo kung bakit? Yan ang kumakalat na balita. At yan din ang sinabi ng bubwit ko sa akin. Posible ba yan? Yan ang tanong dyan.
Yan ang tanong.
Kung posible. Yes po, very possible. Dahil alam niyo po, ang gumaganang batas ngayon ay batas Bongbong Marcos Article 1. Bend the law.
Bend the law.
Lahat po imposible. Tingnan niyo to. Sinong nakakulong ngayon? Si Marcoleta at si Defensor. Habang laya at nagpapasarap sa bahay niya itong si Martin Romualdez. Sa bahay niya dyan, sa Forbes Park.
Nako, matindi ho yan mga kababayan. Abangan ho natin, bantayan natin itong si Senator Cayetano. Ngayon, higit kailanman kailangan itong si Senator Cayetano ang ating suporta. Kaya naman, pakinggan ho natin ang update dito kay Memo. Pambihira kasi ito si Memo. Bigla na lang nagurgur, pambihira talaga. Ito, pakinggan natin kayo.
Hello mga korda, pag-uusapan natin ngayon si Mima Alicia na isang vlogger and influencer na namatay na vlogger ni PBBM, pinagbabaril sa Caloocan. Gusto ko rin i-share sa inyong mga korda kung paano niya inalipusta, pinagtatawanan, pinagmumura, and wini-wish na mamatay si Tatay Digong. And isa pa, yung panira niya kay VP Sara na nabuntis at pumunta si VP Sara sa ibang bansa pa-travel at pinalaglag kung ano man yung binuntis niya. Ganun po itong vlogger na to. Vlogger siya ni PBBM. Saka sa nakita ko dito mga korada, hindi ito maglabas ng ganyan kaanghang na mga salita sa mga Duterte, lalo na kay VP